This transportation TV program is made possible in part by the Associated General Contractors of America, AGC, quality people, quality projects. This is a Transportation TV News special report. I'm Tony Dorsey reporting. The House T&I committee room was packed.
We will also have online today this preview.
More than 100 people, many of whom represented transportation organizations across the Washington, D.C. region, were on hand Thursday, July 7th, as Florida Republican John Mica, chairman of the House Transportation and Infrastructure Committee, unveiled what he called a preview of his 6-year highway and transit reauthorization proposal, dubbed A New Direction. Mica said the bill meets the requirements set by House rules on spending.
That allows us about $35 billion per year at the current revenue streams. So what we've done is, again, having some restrictions on the amount of money we have, is look for every way possible to maximize those dollars.
Mica says his plan will expedite project delivery by allowing federal agencies to review transportation projects concurrently and setting hard deadlines for federal agencies to approve projects.
We could cut this time in half, and it's primarily environmental rules and regulations. If we could cut that time in half, we could do twice as many projects for the same amount of money. While project reviews are necessary to help protect the environment, a more reasonable process is essential to using our resources more effectively.
Reforms under the proposal would bring about the consolidation of approximately 70 federal programs. However, the Transportation Infrastructure Finance and Innovation Act Loan Program, or TIFIA, would be expanded. States would no longer be required to spend highway funding on non-highway activities, and they'd have greater flexibility to fund high-priority projects. Performance measures would be used to monitor those decisions. States would also be allowed to toll new lanes of interstate highway, and while the Federal Infrastructure Bank is not part of the plan, states would be encouraged to create and capitalize such banks on the state level. The plan distributes nearly all federal highway funding to state DOTs through formula programs, and while it focuses on the federal highway program, it supports all transportation modes, including maritime.
In the past, the Chair of Coast Guard Maritime probably wouldn't be making a statement on the reauthorization bill because this is the first time that the bill includes a title dedicated to improving our nation's maritime transportation system and ensuring our transportation system as a whole works seamlessly.
Mica says the proposal authorizes approximately $230 billion over 6 years from the Highway Trust Fund for highway transit and highway safety programs. In a separate news conference held immediately after Chairman Mica's event, West Virginia Democrat Nick Rahall, the ranking member of the House T&I committee, led a Democratic response, calling Mica's plan unacceptable because it would mean the loss of 500,000 jobs next year alone.
Republicans think it is 1,800, and they are funding transportation like it is 1,800. Democrats know that Americans need jobs, especially in the kind of construction that comes with these transportation investments.
It's my opinion that we should have a reopener after 2 years. At that point, perhaps our economy will be out of the current recession. Perhaps we'll be able to find additional revenues at that point. But right now, lacking sufficient resources for a robust 6-year bill, we should not pass in concrete, excuse the pun, a 6-year bill that has nothing in it and even takes us back as far as spending.
Rahall said his decision would be to continue to support the Highway Trust Fund with transfers from the General Fund. Chairman Mica says the best solution is a 6-year bill, and raising additional revenue to pay for it is out of his hands.
Rule 21 of the House very clearly states that we can only authorize, and a point of order can be held against anyone who brings up a proposal. We can only authorize programs within the limits of the trust fund. So that's what we have to deal with.
Mica said he planned a full committee markup of the bill the week of July 11th, but so far nothing has been scheduled. That's the Transportation TV News Special Report. Thanks for watching. This Transportation TV program is made possible in part by the Associated General Contractors of America, AGC, Quality People, Quality Projects.